So you're in the camera.
So I am Sam Canary. I am the Marth, the white Marth with the ENV tag.
I'm Will Huey. I'm the Mario.
I'm Sebastien, De Robert, and I'm Fox. Fix.
Yeah. Okay. So what we're gonna be doing in this series of videos is making sure that you guys don't suck and ruin the club while we're gone. And we're going to do that by teaching you how to tech, or do technical things. So in this first episode, just going to be an intro to tech, and we're going to just go over, the basics. We're going to go into actually performing tech in the next few episodes and stuff like that. So getting right into it, so you may be asking yourself why tech is necessary.
Alright, so tech is necessary so that you can do the basic things in Smash and not just get destroyed by people who know what they're doing, and you can play the game as fast as possible so that you can, outthink and outplay at the same time your opponents. So that when you play the game, it's just faster. There's not much else to it besides that. I mean, there's a lot to it, but it's a general idea. So, I mean, really when you're playing this game, it's just going to take a lot of time. I mean, I've been playing for about 2 years. Seabass has been playing for about 2 years. Will's been playing for about a year, and we're still...
Year and a half-ish.
We're still not that great.
Right.
We're, locally known, and that's because we show up, not really because we get too high at things. So it's going to take time. But, I mean, it's still really fun to just play with people, so it's worth grinding it out and playing with a lot of new people that you meet, or just with your friends.
And it's important to note that, tech by itself isn't going to make you better. I mean, it will elevate your play somewhat, but good tech is the foundation on which everything else builds. So you want to build your tech, and then you can sort of start thinking about what else to do in the game to get better. Yeah, so just to make this video, not 5 seconds long, we're just going to go into some tools that can help you practice tech. The big one is Debug Mode. And so there will be a picture linked in the YouTube description with pictures and fun stuff like that. But Debug Mode is basically what the devs introduced in 3.5, and that's training tools. So what you do to go into Debug Mode is you hold L, R, and press down on the D-pad, and so what that does is put your game into a special mode where you can test to see if you're in debug mode by pressing start, and if you are, then when you press start, the game will freeze. And now the big step from here is that you can press Z to do what's called frame advance. Smash runs at 60 frames per second, and on each frame, the game checks to see where things are, what's happening, and calculates what will happen on the next frame. And so you can slow the game down like this to check frame data. Say I wanted to do a nair right here, or neutral air. You can check how many frames it takes for the move to come out, and all of that good stuff like that. Going off of that, while you're in debug mode, you can press R and right on the D-pad to turn on hitboxes. You can see on Mario, these red circles represent the hitboxes that the game throws out for hit detection. So if one of these circles contacts another player's model like this, then it'll calculate a hit and physics and stuff. Okay, Seabass, stop. Okay, and so another tool is you hold L and left on the D-pad, and that's fixed camera mode. And so that's cool because you can, if you want to record a video or stuff like that, and you can readjust the camera by pressing X and up on the D-pad. That's for the regular start thing because start is now replaced, and so you can reposition the camera like this. Yeah. So that's just for your knowledge. Alright, so the next tool is pressing Y and right. Hang on. and that turns on what's these squares to the upper side of these character models, and so what those represent is where your character will grab the ledge. So like stuff like that. And then you can press Y and left on the D-pad, and that turns on. So if you look closely at the character models, hang on, like this, you see these dots, and that's called your like it represents the bounds of your character model as the game sees it, and so that can be helpful for practicing like wavelands. You see right on the bottom dot, and so we'll get into wavelands later, but just general tools, right? And then what's also cool is that you can press B and left or B and right to switch characters, like mid-match while debug mode is on.
I do. I get out of this.
The game is just loading, yeah.
Oh, okay.
So stuff like that, in case you wanted to quickly lab a bunch of different things with different characters, stuff like that. And you can also do B and A at the same time with right to skip a bunch of characters on the character select screen. Yeah. So that's basically it for this video. Debug mode is definitely really useful if you want to like test things out yourself. Find out things like how many frames Fox's shine lasts for, and stuff like that. Oh, you may also be noticing different character overlays. Somebody turn off. Okay. Yeah. While hitboxes are on, you may be noticing different character color overlays. So if you notice, here, Sam, do your forward smash.
Oh. Hey, don't kill me.
Okay, so if you see on Sam's forward smash, the light blue color represents super armor, right? And so now you see Ivysaur on the top platform. He's blue. That represents invincibility. Green represents starting invincibility that only happens when you come off the spawn platform.
Blue is thicker armor. Like
Blue-
this is more armor.
Right, yeah. The more intense the light blue is, the more intense the armor is. And then regular blue is just regular invincibility. That happens when you're air dodging. And then orange, like on Fox, that represents hit stun. So while Fox is in hit stun, while he's overlaid in orange, he can't act. Yeah. So, yep.
God, think about this stupid.
Okay, so that's debug mode for now, and yeah, have fun with it.